They say every family has a sibling who is a troublemaker. But mine? Mine came in the form of my identical twin sister, Veronica. Beautiful, bold, dramatic, and ridiculously mischievous. From the day we were born, she had a talent for chaos, a flair for drama, and a sneaky way of turning every situation to her advantage. I, on the other hand, am Vanessa, calm, responsible, careful, and, apparently, boring in comparison. People always compared us. Teachers praised her charm, friends followed her lead, even our parents sometimes laughed at her antics while I sat quietly, watching, hoping for just a slice of normalcy. But nothing in my life prepared me for what happened after I met Alexander Sterling. He was everything in the movies rolled into one person, tall, brilliant, impossibly wealthy, with a smile that made my knees weak. And, somehow, he chose me. Veronica hated it immediately. Her envy was a living, breathing thing. She couldn't just be happy for me, she had to find a way to ruin my life, or better yet, steal it. At first, her schemes were small and comical. She'd spread rumors that I secretly loved someone else, borrow my favorite outfits, or convince my best friends that I had said something outrageous. Every time I confronted her, she would look at me with those big innocent eyes, a perfect little smile, and somehow make me feel like I was the crazy one. I started laughing at her antics because, honestly, it was sometimes funny. But deep down, I knew it was only the beginning. Everything escalated the week after I married Alexander. Veronica told everyone she was traveling to clear her head. I trusted her. Alexander trusted her. Everyone did. But while the world thought she was gone, she was plotting the ultimate chaos. Veronica kidnapped me. Yes, my own sister, the one who shared my DNA, my face, my childhood, had me tied up in a decrepit, abandoned warehouse. She even took all my personal belongings, my jewelry, my perfume, my favorite slippers, and walked straight into my house pretending to be me. And here's the terrifying, hilarious, infuriating part, she was good at it. She cooked for Alexander, laughed at his jokes, held his hand, and smiled at him with such perfect warmth that even I had to admit, she could fool anyone. Alexander never suspected a thing. He thought I had suddenly changed. Meanwhile, I was trapped, screaming, pleading, trying everything to escape, with only the occasional rat for company and a suspiciously leaky ceiling above. Her hired goons patrolled outside, doing a terrible job, and I realized the only way out was if I could make a mistake in my favor. One night, the goons went out to buy snacks, although they returned with burnt chips and flat soda, because that's how incompetent they were. I knew this was my moment. I screamed until my voice cracked. And then, footsteps. A neighbor had heard me and called the police. One of them kicked down the door and freed me. I ran, fast, furious, and fueled by adrenaline, dodging broken furniture, rats, and even a pigeon that seemed determined to chase me. When I reached my home, my heart pounding, hair a mess, and clothes torn, I banged on the door until Alexander opened it. His eyes went wide. Vanessa. Behind him, sipping tea, casually flipping through a magazine, was Veronica, wearing my pajamas and looking like she owned the world. My stomach twisted. How had she been so audacious? How could she fake my life so perfectly? Alexander was utterly confused. "Wait, which one of you is my wife?" he asked, his voice a mix of disbelief, worry, and exhaustion. I tried to explain, words tumbling out as I described Veronica's schemes, her kidnapping, her lies, everything. Veronica, ever the performer, just smiled sweetly, tilting her head. "Oh, Alexander, you wouldn't believe the adventure she had. I'm your wife now. Aren't I adorable?" Alexander looked between us, completely lost. I realized that I had to prove myself, not with anger or shouting, but with the intimate knowledge that only the real Vanessa could have. And that's when he did something brilliant, something only a man truly in love would think of. He asked questions only I could answer. Vanessa, what was the nickname I gave you on our third date? I answered instantly. And where were we the night we first said, I love you? I recalled the details, the rooftop, the cold breeze, the tiny cafe where we had shared our first coffee. Alexander asked another question, which movie did we watch together that night? I answered clearly, in full detail. Veronica froze. Her smug smile vanished. Her eyes widened. Nothing came out. She couldn't answer a single question. In seconds, her act collapsed. The perfect, charming, evil twin had nothing. The lies, the manipulation, the months of planning, all gone. The police arrived shortly after. Veronica screamed, ranted, cursed, tried to shift the blame onto me or Alexander, but no one listened. Her reign of chaos was over. Alexander embraced me tightly. I knew the real you would come back, he whispered. Relief, love, and laughter mingled together in that moment. I realized that surviving Veronica, laughing at her ridiculous schemes, and reclaiming my life had made me stronger, braver, and, honestly, a little funnier too. Veronica wasn't just my evil twin. She was chaos, mischief, ambition, and danger all rolled into one. And surviving her taught me something important. You can try to steal someone's life, pretend to be them, or even fool the world, but you can't steal their heart, their memories, or the love they've earned. Even now, whenever I see a suspiciously perfect cake or an overly charming stranger, I think of Veronica. She's out there somewhere, probably planning her next ridiculous scheme. But I can smile now. I can laugh. And I know this, no twin, no matter how evil or clever, can take away the life, love, or laughter that truly belongs to you. Life is chaotic, messy, and sometimes hilariously dangerous. And if you survive the chaos with a little courage, some quick thinking, and a lot of humor, well, then you're unstoppable.